You ready to jump into it?
Always.
Hello everyone! Welcome to R1 Refuel. I'm your host, Damp, and I'm here with my new best friend, Nils!
Hey, Damp.
Hey, you ready? You ready for the real questions?
Do we change background picture for the real questions?
Oh, we can! Change it! Yes! Oh my god!
Oh no!
Oh my god! Okay. There was a segment I wanted to do, by the way, like the dogs of sim racing. Everyone has such cute dogs, and I'm like, I need to see these dogs. People want to see these dogs. What we should do is, talk about your dog, give her the rundown, give her stats. Oh my god! Okay. I wasn't ready. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Give her a pet for me in real life.
Okay, so this is Raposinha, which is the name she got from the shelter where we got her from. I think that's Portuguese and means little fox, which is exactly what she looks like. So we kept that name.
Okay, that's so cute.
Just day to day, we just call her Sinha. So yeah, she's about 10 kilo, runs really fast.
What's her favorite thing? Like, does she have like a toy? Her favorite toy?
Yeah, she has a ball and a towel.
A towel!
But-
Yeah, represent.
a dry towel.
Oh, I love her. He doesn't even care. He's just a chill cat. What's your favorite planet?
Didn't see that one coming. Probably the one we're on.
Oh, that's a good answer. That's so cute. I didn't expect that.
There's no other one I can live on. So.
Did you know that fire only exists on Earth?
You sure?
Yeah, I think. What game or movie universe, if you had to pick one, would you live in?
Oh, probably mad enough to live in a Tarantino movie.
That's such a cool answer.
But I probably watched Inglourious Bastards like 10 times.
Nice, yes.
So many details to spot, and even if I watched it an 11th time by now or so, I'd see something I didn't see before.
Nils, movie enthusiast. I didn't expect you to be a film buff. That's crazy. Do you have any like party tricks? Can you like touch your nose with your tongue, or like wiggle your ears, or like raise an eyebrow? Anything fun?
I think I can't wiggle ears, but raise one eyebrow in a weird way. Also,
Talent over here. What job do you think that you'd be really good at if you weren't sim racing?
Focus more on tennis. I could probably do that.
Nils, the tennis pro. I can see it. Alternate universe.
There's similarities between sim racing and
Really?
tennis, because you're alone on the court. You're alone in the car. There's nobody else that can really help you. You have to solve all situations yourself.
Wow. Okay. Look at us comparing sports. I thought Counter-Strike honestly was a lot like sim racing, but tennis, that's a new one. What food do you hate?
Coriander.
Coriander.
And there's two types of people in the world: those who like it and those who don't. For me, it tastes like soap.
That's crazy. That's so cool. When was the last time that you touched grass?
Well, every time I pick up my dog's poop.
True. I forgot that you walk your dog. You athlete.
That's grass.
What's your favorite fruit?
I'm fine with apples. There's many different apples with different tastes, good and bad. But then I could probably also say, tomato is fruit.
Do not say tomato is a fruit. I mean, technically, but it's not. Come on now, Nils. This might get controversial.
Then always.
Pineapple on pizza.
It's fine, just I don't need the ham.
It's fine, Nils!
Look, I'm vegetarian most of the time, so whenever I get a pizza Hawaii, I don't think about because of the ham, not because of the ananas, the pineapple.
I didn't know you're vegetarian. That's pretty cool, actually.
One of those facts.
So I have some in-depth questions about what your thoughts were about the race, how close it was, first of all. Did you have any surprises when it came to the race?
No, I think the Red Line team is one of the best sim racing teams in the world. Everywhere they show up, gonna be top positions. And yeah, I was certainly very happy that I was just 7 thousandths behind him in the qualifying. They even have an excuse. We're in Discord, right? With a team.
Yeah.
They put me in a separate channel just for the qualifying, so I have my silence. One other member didn't know the race was going on, so he just jumped in right in front of the last chicane and was like, "Hey, Nils, what's up?"
No way!
That lost me 7,000 for sure. I don't know, just joking.
God.
I think I think I was able to keep my focus and just ignore him, but it was, yeah, worst possible timing.
But honestly, like, you still did really well. You kept up, you did everything right. Watching it, it felt like you did everything you could. The smallest thing can just throw you off your game. I get it.
Yeah, it's really tight. Like, we have to really repeat certain movements with all our limbs. Yeah, if you're just ever so slightly off, breaking half a tenth later, early or whatever, you need to adjust. It just needs a lot of focus, and when that's interrupted, that certainly at least doesn't help.
Such a hard map to recover on, hard map to overtake. It has so many turns, Nils.
13, I think.
13 turns? Jeez, okay. So yeah, obviously, if you fall behind, it's going to be really hard to catch up.
Like, it's the standard track to have in any game. No game can live without it, because it's so classic.
But you did amazing, first of all. Second is no small feat. You've won our hearts.
One of the problems, I think, for everyone is that we're all thinking long-term, get into the final, where there's like a soft point reset. So you just need to be top 24, be halfway close to the top, not really be top. And there's no money for winning an individual round, so it's all about collecting points. I already had 2 bad rounds at the start in Katowice. I took those points, so I tried a bit to attack Luke, to see how close I could be getting, if, I don't know, be there if he ever thought of making a mistake. But yeah, he was flawless, so I didn't try to take any extraordinary risk or so, and just live behind him for that one.
You did great, and I think that was the smart choice, because it's not one that you want to roll the dice on. But you're now number 10 in the championships. That's really a good spot to be, especially, like, you know, after you've pulled yourself up by the bootstraps in this competition. What do you expect for your future performance to look like? Nürburgring
certainly had better chances for us than Spa will have, so they will just try again to score decent points. Do not crash, do not get crashed out. It's gonna be better long term.
100%. It is also really early season. Anything can happen. Anyone can catch up. You can move up the ranks. And I believe in you, Nils. In terms of crashes, by the way, what do you think about Joshua Rogers, his kind of delay at the end there?
I didn't see the details of it because it was very focused on myself.
Yeah.
I only saw he didn't score a lot of points, and usually he'd be the fastest of the Porsche guys. His teammate was faster this time around, which I think is very rare. So I don't know, maybe just got too comfortable sitting there in top spot.
Like, in terms of maps, are you practiced on that one?
Nah.
No.
Probably not. I'm... No, this is... It's tricky, it's special, but for racing, every passing attempt there is just too risky. You're gonna end your race.
Yeah, that was the biggest criticism I saw. How hard it is to overtake on that map. It's just dreadful, honestly. Once you're in a position, it's basically like you're stuck in that. You don't want to make any moves, or you risk ending up like Joshua.
I think we're seeing a combination of factors why we don't see passing. So one is that you think long-term, collect the points to get into the final, and then there we might see, just in that 1 or 2 final races, we'll see more risk being taken. Then we have the game, well, trying to be a simulation, excels in a way that little slipstream, so the cars driving behind one another, they help each other, the car behind, go faster because it punches a hole in the air. These cars also use air to be pressed into the ground, and when you're behind another car, that air is missing, you're not pressed into the ground, and you can't go as fast. So it's really, really tricky to even get close to someone ahead of you, especially when there are faster corners, where the effect is then bigger even. So every time I try to get close to Luke Bennett there's a corner or like a fast chicane that you normally do flat. When you're within half a second, your car just doesn't drive around it anymore. And then you can't stay close enough, and then by the time you would have a passing opportunity, you're too far away. Keeps going on. And yeah, the best way to survive your own race is to not even try.
Got it. Because all we saw was you just trying to close that gap. There were tight margins. There was no room for error. It was more just like, okay, close the gap as much as I can, keep the position, try to overtake, but it just wasn't happening. I think it was, you did the best you could, and honestly, I think you're still a winner for it. Do you think that experience triumphs over like talent? Experience on these tracks, in these races, online, do you think that has more of an advantage when it comes to somebody like Luke with a lot of potential?
Like, it's just character traits, right? Some people always want to prove themselves. I don't feel Luke is that kind of guy. He has proved to others and himself already that he is among the best.
Yeah.
I don't think he's taking each race as a new proof. So I think he'd be chill in those situations by now. So I don't have much of an upper hand on him with more experience or so. At least over him, I don't think the experience is going to give me a lot.
It's not about age, it's all about vibes. The good vibes. Luke has good vibes, you have good vibes. It's all about who has the good vibes. That's what matters in this competition. Good to know, good to know. MOUZ, surprisingly, the winners of the last competition, they didn't do so hot this one. Do you have any insight as to why that might be, or were they just not having a good day?
So none of them was having a good day. High rate already. There are very tight margins here. There's always how good is the Audi. I think in both, or in all races I did, there was always an Audi very close to me, just half a tenth or a tenth away or so. So it's not like it couldn't be done. So no excuse for them there. Maybe they were busy with other games and competition that compromised their practice a bit.
What do you think about live shows versus online shows? Was this more of your kind of territory? Do you thrive more in an online environment?
Yeah, I think it certainly helps being in like familiar environment. During the live events, it's always very tricky because you sit around most of the day, then you get to the rig, have 5 minutes to warm up, and everything has to work already. And with a game early stage, there's always something that doesn't quite work. There's always just that tiny bit that is different. Need to adjust something here, need to reset something there, don't get the lap in, start being stressed a little bit, then the qualifying starts and you're like, well, I didn't get to drive a lap at all, so you feel unprepared the entire event basically. So getting comfortable on site certainly is a bit more tricky than at home.
Got it.
But other than that, I do like live events because the
energy. Yeah, the
vibe.
vibes. The vibes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was really surprised by some of the performances that I expected from, for example, Max. It was just really interesting to see the performance change for a lot of people depending on whether they were at Katowice or at home. And I wonder if we're gonna keep seeing this pattern.
Yeah, too many factors to really point at one.
Yeah, exactly.
Could be the car in general not performing in good, then there's not much they can do. And then just swapping games in itself is tricky and always takes, I don't know, probably just takes a couple hours to a day to be fully back on what that game requires of you.
I see.
So if he needs to swap back and forth a little more, then yeah, it's just tougher.
Okay.
So there's limited resources everybody has.
Yeah, okay. Honestly, that helps a lot shed some insight into the lives of a sim racer.
Yeah.
Okay, Nils, I'm gonna let you go. Thanks so much again for all of your time today. I really appreciate you just coming over, talking to me, hanging out, gal pal.
Yes, I enjoyed it too.
No, you're fine.
No, great to be here. Be there again.
Bye, Nils. Thanks so much.
Have a good one.
Well, that's all the information I had for this race, but join me again next time, and I'll give you the rundown all over again. But for now, I'll see you later.